About blind cricket. Blind Cricket South Africa, or BCSA, is the mother body that takes care of all requirements to develop and promote the game throughout the country. Every year they hold a national tournament which serves as a platform to select different squads for the World Cup as well as the World T20 Cup. Now, South Africa have actually won a Blind Cricket World Cup back in 1998, and they're hoping to do just as well at the 2020 World T20 Cup. How is the game played and where is it at now? The president of Blind Cricket South Africa, Sonwabile Bidla, joins us now. Very good morning to you and welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Veritu, to you.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about, firstly, how the game works, because we've made quite a bit about the ball with the bell in it, but there's a couple of other changes, and also the makeup of the team and how much the people on the team can and can't see.
Blind cricket is a sport that is it's just a copy of the sighted guys that are being played. And there is not much that has been taken away from the rules and regulations of cricket. Just slight changes that we're having in the, starting with cricket ball that we have, it's got a sound, everything is almost the same. And then we come back to the field, the players, a selection of players. We've got categories, which is a B1, B2, and a B3. When you talk of B1, you speak of somebody who is totally blind, who will actually be identified by a bell that is white, and a B2. It's a B2, a person who is partially sighted with about 260 meters, can see that far. And then a B3 is about 660. And those are the categories that we have in a sport. And the selection of the players that the team that you have to have in the field of play should be, it's actually 4, 3, and 4. When you talk about 4, you're talking about B2, B3, I mean B1s that are actually totally blind, and then the comparison is actually 4 of them that must be in the field. They can be more than 4, and then a B2, they can be 3 and more than 3. But the B3, the limit is about up until 4, and you cannot go further than 4 because the sport is basically more about B1s, and that's how actually the sport is adjusted. When you actually, to make it interesting for B1s, the sport itself, to accommodate them more, it is in terms of when they bat, everything that comes from the bat, it counts twice. A B1, when he bats, a ball that actually comes out, and then it's going to be counting for 2 runs. So those are the things that they get different in the field of play, in the rules of cricket. But other than anything else, everyone in the field, they are fielding as normal as anybody in the field. They are just communicating as any fielder in the game.
And also, B1 players, you have to be caught LBW twice in order to be out, I understand, as well as you can't be stumped if you're a completely blind player.
LBW it hardly happens for B1s because in the stumps that we're having, they are measured about 30 millimeters. They need to be marked so that a B1, when he's batting, a bowler, whoever bowls, anything that goes above that, then the B1 is not out. And then, so now when he bats and everything that is there, then he will never be bowled out in that case. But he can be run out because he uses a runner when he has to run. And then it's actually any normal cricket that you do. And then when you've got a runner, when he's out of the crease, and then you can run him out in anybody else.
I mean, I think a lot of people watching today are maybe hearing about blind cricket for the very first time, but one would actually ask why, considering that South Africa actually has won a Blind Cricket World Cup back in 1998. Surely after winning the ultimate prize in the sport, you would have a lot of momentum and get a lot of coverage and also get a lot of people understanding the sport. What's happened since then?
Remember, the blind cricket, actually, we will take it from a disability perspective side of things. Anything, or mostly anything that has happened around the society, we have to work extra hard to make sure that we get exposed, we get actually the recognition that we deserve, or we want to actually other people to see. Because when you see other people around, and when they play in the same sport that you're playing, you think that you are in the right path. But the thing is that when we do things, we've got to go extra mile and keep doing them up until such time that people, they start understanding and recognizing them as we go along. not like other sighted guys when they do things, then at a goal you just get recognition and see the likes of Rapada that are already they made their strikes in the field of play. Within a second, the guy is already is up there and everybody. But on our side, we have to be we can win as much as we can. It's just that the development side of things, the space that we are into, it is then where we have to make sure that blind cricket in South Africa and abroad, it gets a recognition, and people, they actually get it, understand it more, and basically you actually fight with us as well, where we have to go out there and make sure that we do our part to make sure that blind cricket it actually get exposure. The thing is, most of the time as much as we can see, most of us, we are in a space where we cannot much afford certain things in terms of life and then things that are actually happening around us. So we take grant, for example, that something that we live with, most of us, we actually take that and take a quarter of that and use it for blind cricket because of the heart, because of what you love. You love the game, and you want to do more. So now, some of the people that love the sport, they will actually fade at some stage because of what I've got a family, I've got people to take care of, and with the same grant that I have. So now I'm struggling to actually do both of them at the same time. But it is a progress, and that we have to make sure that at the end of the day, that people, they cannot use their disability grant to make sure that they further their sport and make sure that they make their sport as their career at the end of the day.
So come the end of September, you guys are going to be having your national championships. Very important because, like I said in the introduction, this is the platform from which you are able to select different squads to represent South Africa at different international tournaments. But I understand that you guys have got a little bit of a funding problem. Tell us what you guys need actually for the tournaments to take place.
We are very behind in terms of funding the tournament itself, and also to take care of the sport itself. Remember that if you said earlier on, you talk about winning the World Cup in 1998, and then we went down, and then we went to semi-finals in 2002, and then we kept going down and down and down, and then now we are at the very low part where we actually have to start afresh and build the sport for better. It is because of the such issues that we do not have funds that we can train the sport and we can train the squad that will participate abroad in other countries. Because if you check in other countries, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, they are doing very well in terms of funding the sporting, and then everybody that is in, they're getting involved in making sure that the sport is getting the exposure it deserves. For us, in terms of the tournament that we are embarking on at the end of the month, end of September, we are sitting at a very low part where we got some funds that we normally get from a grant from Cricket South Africa. They get assisted, they assist us, and we have already paid some of the money, pay some of the accommodation for us to be in Pretoria for that. So the thing is, what we are having, the issue is that we've got structures that we've got for all the provinces, and those provinces, on our side, we cannot be in a situation in a space where we request funds from those provinces to actually come and support their game, because of whatever that they do, they actually doing their leagues that I've got inside as well. Then we create this platform to select the players for the national squad, and then also when we make sure that they come in here and then they have to participate, and then we have to take care of those funds as BCSA.
Yeah, well, we wish you guys all the best of luck, hopefully getting the word out there and reminding people about what Blind Cricketer has done in the past for South Africa will aid in your ventures to actually get the tournament up and running to the standard that you'd like. Thank you very much. That's the president of Blind Cricket South Africa, Sonwabile Bidla, chatting to us about the upcoming national championships that will be taking place in Pretoria from the 26th of September into the first week of October. All right, do stay with Morning Live. There's still more coming up on the show after this.